How's it going, everybody? This is Octo, and welcome back to College Romance Part 3. This game is really long, and I don't know how long exactly it is. I'm going to keep each video at 10-ish minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, just to keep it within a good time frame. I'm not going to edit much stuff out except me flubbing my words like I do every other sentence. If I'm talking directly to the camera, it's fine. Never mind. Okay, let's get back into it. I already read this. You just got awfully quiet. I just realized that once we get to school, I want to get to see you for a while. Here. She handed me a folded piece of paper. Cell phone number, email address, I am, and my apartment address. I expect you to see at least one of at 6 p.m. Sorry. See? Especially when I do voices, I can talk normally every time, except my goddamn voices. Cell phone number, email address, I am, and my apartment address. I expect you to see you at least one of them, 6 p.m. sharp, unless I get a call from you on the first one. With that, she gave me a quick kiss on my cheek, disengaged her arm, and started running. I'm going to be late for the class I'm helping out with, love. See you tonight. And just as I thought, my heart began to ache. Damn, I think maybe we are meant for each other. That evening. It's almost 6 p.m. and it looks like this is the address Annette gave me. Not exactly what I was expecting, of course, so far that describes everything about Annette. Looks like you found the place without any trouble. Annette had given me a quick peck on the cheek at the door, and then made her way into the kitchen. I had followed out of desire to be close to her, and I went to inspect what might be cooking, tales of blood pudding and haggis being prominent among the few things I knew about British cooking. However, it looked like it was going to be a fish and chips instead, and so I could rest easy. You can thank Google for my making it here on time. I just had to follow the directions. So how was your day? As she moved near me, I wrapped my arms around her waist. To be honest, I miss you horribly. Hold that thought. Annette gave me a quick bump and then moved to check on something she had cooking. Anything else happen today, or were you too morose to notice? Looking for an interesting story, eh? Well, in my ethics class, I made the mistake of telling my professor that I thought Why is it always him? Kai Krigard talked a good game, but he obviously wasn't all that smart if he was so miserable all the time. You've decided that you want to fail your last year of college? Isn't this your last year also? Nope, I graduated last year, but I'm still here on a fellowship. You're changing the subject again. You surely know that you were baiting your professor. Why? To be honest, I suppose I don't care much for his idea of ethics. You know, No, I don't know, nor do I want to hear some campus gossip about someone else's beliefs. Seriously? Wow, I slurred. Seriously? Even if he doesn't practice what he preaches, does that necessarily invalidate his reasoning? Sometimes we know things should be a certain way even though we can't do it ourselves. What do you believe then? Call me corny, but I believe in love. If you act in love, I don't see how you can go wrong. I wouldn't call that corny, but it might be tempted to call that simplistic. Most of my fellow performers would agree with you. Doesn't mean I think you or they are right. In any case, dinner is ready. Why are you wearing the same clothes every single day I see you? Like the gloves coming up to here. You cooking with those on? Imagine if one of those caught fire. In any case, dinner is ready. Make yourself useful and carry this out to the table. And so we sat down to enjoy our dinner and chat. It was hard to believe it had only been a day since I'd met her. Afterwards, she invited me on a tour of our apartment. And finally, our tour brings us to my bedroom. Annette, you have a fantastic apartment. It is a nice apartment, I must admit. Thanks, I try to keep up with things. I pull Annette into my arms and we kiss. Once again, it seems like the world disappears except for the warm feeling against me. Very nice, love, but it's time for you to go. What? You have homework. I have some notes I need to prepare for class. I'm helping out with. And if you stay around, neither of us will get any work done. But, I can't answer a question you don't ask. Fine. I thought that maybe we were going to spend some time alone together. Nice way of dancing around it. Now, you want to try being a bit more straightforward? You just want me to hear it say it? Okay, I was thinking we might be spending some time together in your bed. But it's too early to go to sleep. What? I wasn't sure how much of this was her just being funny or her trying to prove a point, so I decided to get much more specific. Making love, having sex, seeing... Oh my god! I'm not saying this. Right, got it. You're getting me all hot. And that's a good way to make me feel when you're getting ready to leave. Then could you please explain where I misread the signals? Love, I want to be with you as badly as I feel you want to be with me. But as I've told you, you're my first everything. Ever since I came to Alta, I had a picture in mind of where I wanted my first time to be at, and it's not here. Then, here's a note with another address. Be there at noon tomorrow, and I promise you won't leave disappointed. And with that, she escorted me to the door, and our evening was over. That was weird. And I'm not reading anything that's too sexual, and if there is too sexual, I will make a commentary about it, but I'm not gonna do a video. Later that evening, I can't be reading this right. She can't be serious. Arriving at home, I had unfolded Annette's note. Darling, meet me on a... Hold on, I have to... Darling, meet me on a roof at the student activities building at noon. That was me reading. Yeah. Which would have been bad enough, but then she had followed with, P.S. Bring a blanket and change of clothes just in case. Whoa, we are getting absolutely freaky. When do you need a change of clothes? Maybe I should... Meh. Of course, I also knew that by having me go home and think about it all night, she was making sure I'd be worked up enough that being outdoors wouldn't matter. I just hoped the forecast for warm temperatures and sunny skies held up. Next day, late morning. Here it was, 11:40 a.m., and I decided to start with my way up as if I was going to meet her there at noon. Just as I was about to start up the steps, it occurred to me how strange this all was. Did I really know her well enough to be doing something like this? What if this was just another artwork for her? And I get up there and I find her friends standing around to watch. Or she had some cameras arrayed to record this for one of her classes. Ew, could you imagine that? Or worse, maybe it's just an experiment to see how crazy she can make somebody like myself act. I can't just stand here arguing with myself. I need to decide. Yeah, let's do it. I looked around and didn't see Annette anywhere. I walked over to the edge to see if I could see her just arriving at the building when two hands covered my eyes. It's about time you showed up. Oh god, she's already naked. Okay, let's get into this. I turned around to see Annette standing behind me, naked, her skin glistening in the sun. You have to agree this is nicer than some closed dark bedroom, don't you? You look stunning. Then stop holding back and get your clothes off. I want to see what you look like. As I undressed, I felt Annette's hands running over me, and then I noticed the bottle of lotion. What? Trust me, you don't want to get a sunburn, particularly down there. Ooh, that would hurt. I felt like she touched me with a lightning bolt, but I knew it was just that I was so excited. Lay out the blanket, and then you can... Nope. First thought, I thought she meant the lotion, then I realized that probably wasn't all that she meant. A couple weeks later. Whoa, that took a while. The last couple of weeks have been a blur. It seems like the only thing I can remember or even care about are those times with Annette. Oh, that was me. Oops. Somehow I've managed to keep up with my coursework, though it's hard to figure out when I've had the time to do it. I suspect that it's the time that I can't talk. I suspect that it's just that I'm so motivated at the moment to make as much time available as I can. In any event, tonight I'm up here with Annette and several of her artist friends. And her friend Lucy just did her performance, and now everyone is up here chatting, drinking a little, and having a good time. I honestly didn't think I fit in, but as a writer, I guess I get some cred, and it helped me that Annette, though without asking me first, read one of the love poems I've written her. Which is why I was busy talking with a couple of her friends when I noticed that Annette had hopped up on the rail and was sitting rather precarious. Oh no, Annette, what do you think you're doing? I'm just having a conversation with a couple friends. You can't sit up there, don't you know you can fall? At this point, everyone's voices died down and I realized what the situation was. Oh, come on, love. You're being too footy. What's that term for you Yanks use? Footy? She scooted over to the. She scooted over to be able to get a better look at me, which elicited gasps from several of her friends. This is getting tense. I'm actually kind of, you know. Say, can anyone pass me the oos? Her arm flew out behind her, and I ran to the rail, grabbed her around the waist, and pulled her down on top of me. Good. I love you too, but why did you footy? What the hell is wrong with you? Do you hate me? Do you want you to kill yourself and see if I'll follow you just to make sure I really love you? How? And then I couldn't say any more as I was overcome with tears. Annette looked at me, looked back at the rail, and suddenly seemed to realize what happened. Octo, I didn't mean to scare you. Please stop crying. This is intense. I was pretty far gone at this point, and I was surprised that I didn't do more than just keep sobbing. Don't ever try a stunt like that again, or so help me. I'll jump just to make sure I land beneath you. Between my tears and my threats, Annette seemed to be sobering up, and she looked at where she had been again and shivered. Love, I'm so sorry, love. Please forgive me. Tell me you still love me, please. Of course I love you, you twit. Wow, that's great. Yeah, you almost killed yourself, you twit. As soon as I said it, I realized just how much she had rubbed off on me. Then the rest of the crowd seemed to realize the tension had broken and began to laugh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll be more careful. I promise. Then stop drinking. She kissed me then, and I didn't care who watched us as I held her tightly, just wanting to reassure myself that she was okay, that my heart was still in one piece. Time passes and seasons change. Before you know it, it's spring. Alright, everybody, that was a good video. That was getting me worked up, but I did not cry. I won't cry. I never will cry on video unless I am really moved by something. I don't know what, but something. Anyway, as you know, this is Octozac, and like, favorite, subscribe. I don't care. This is Octozac signing off.